Welcome to Learn, Lead, Lift, how to think, act, and inspire your way to greatness. Today we're going to talk about systems thinking. Peter Senge introduced systems thinking to business in the 1990s. Yeah, I know it's been a while. I like to call it seeing around corners. In other words, focusing on long-term consequences that lie around the bend of a curvy road and aren't visible yet. If we concentrate, we can make some predictions about what's going to happen, but it's not something that comes naturally to us. We're just predisposed to short-term thinking because it helps ensure our immediate survival right now. Systems thinking also explains why human systems, which is any group of people that are interacting, behave more like a biological organism, like your cat, than a mechanical system like your vacuum cleaner. So sticking with this analogy for a minute, with your vacuum, the relationship between input, throughput, and output is straightforward and it's highly predictable. You don't wonder every time what's going to happen when you plug in your vacuum, turn it on. It's very predictable. Your cat, on the other hand, like a human system, is not as predictable. Try telling your cat to go fetch. Even after extensive training, they may or may not do it. Assuming they don't, do you know exactly why? Well, it's complicated, you might say. In other words, probably not. Working with human systems is even more challenging in the context of organizational change. So if I'm a leader and I'm trying to cultivate change, the thing I need to keep in mind is that once that human system has been established, picture a cross-functional team or a functional work group, it's self-sustaining. When you then step in as a leader and you try to change something about that team or work group, it could be as simple as, a new timesheet application. That human system is going to resist that change, even when there's a logical benefit to making the change. So in that timesheet example, even if you say, once we've got this down, it's going to save all of us half an hour every week, you're still going to have resistance. And when that happens, it's easy as a leader to interpret that resistance as a sign that either that change might actually be a bad idea, or that you need to push harder. You need to force that change to take. Actually, both interpretations are wrong. When you pick up on resistance, instead, you want to celebrate because it's a sign that people are starting to get engaged in the change process. Let me repeat that. When you pick up on resistance, celebrate, because that's a clear sign that people are starting to get engaged in the change process. Lean in, not out. Work to understand the source of people's concerns and then enlist them in finding workable solutions. If you push harder, either through direct or indirect pressure, it will backfire because resistance will either go underground, where it's going to be a whole lot harder for you to monitor and resolve, or emotion is going to bubble up and start to displace logic and distort sound decision making, both for you and for the team.